Do you guys remember Rage Comics? Rage Comics were a staple of the online meme community for a hot minute. Rage Comics, for those of you who don't know, were essentially webcomics that were crudely constructed using pre-existing faces and poorly drawn objects as a way to tell a relatable story. They were messy, but they had a bit of a charm to them. People could often relate to them, and since the quality of the comics themselves were pretty low, it made it easy for anybody to create them and share with their friends. However, as time went on, these Rage comics would fade away and be known only as a distant memory. With today's rise of artificial intelligence, I figured what better way to honor our past than by trying to create an AI that builds Rage comics for us. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Rage comics can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, but we're going to be consistent and have all of our comics follow a 2x2 panel format. So we can start off by writing some code to create a blank canvas, and just like that, we're done with step 1. In my opinion, there are 3 main components that make up a Rage comic. You have the text, the faces, and the poorly drawn images. The text is actually going to be the easiest part of this project. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to try to mimic the text that one would find in a Rage comic. Since we have 4 panels to work with, I'll have it produce 4 lines of text, 1 line of text per panel. So with that out of the way, it's time to move on to the faces themselves. The faces that make Rage comics, Rage comics. Personally, I think this part is pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and implement something known as sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is the process of analyzing text to try to predict what kind of tone or emotion that text is conveying. For example, if a comment says, "This video is amazing," then we can perceive this comment as positive. On the other hand, if the comment says something along the lines of, "I hate Rage comics," then we can perceive that comment as negative. We can take this a step further and try to get more specific categorizations. I went to Kaggle.com and found a sentiment analysis dataset that has training data with multiple emotions. These emotions are anger, fear, joy, love, sadness, and surprise. If this is sounding a bit familiar, it's probably because we did something really similar in my video where I created an AI that orders you a pizza if it detects that you're feeling sad. In that video, we use facial recognition software to try to know when a person is feeling sad. To do that, we use a similar dataset and process, except instead of training our model on text, we trained it on images. Go check that video out if you haven't already. Back to this project though, the reason we want to do sentiment analysis is so that we could associate a different rage face to a different emotion. That means that we can have our bot analyze the text that was provided to us via ChatGPT, predict what emotion is being portrayed in the text, and then based on that emotion, place the appropriate rage face on the panel. Having the floating heads by themselves feels a bit bland. I want to add a body to the floating heads to give them some character. Now, in an attempt to recreate the human touch, I don't want to just draw the same 5 lines every single time. I want to introduce a little bit of randomness to the lines. We can add randomness to a line by dividing it up into different segments and then multiplying each point by a random value. This will give the illusion of a shaky line. The last part we have to do is focus on creating the crudely drawn images of everyday objects. Google has a game called Quick Draw, where you are given 10 seconds to try to draw an object and it's up to their AI to try to guess what it is you're drawing. All of the drawings and prompts are saved in a giant database that we can access using their API. This means that we now have millions of real, handmade drawings at our disposal. Since we're given the list of all of the possible drawing prompts, we can feed that list to our previous ChatGPT prompt and have it try to create meme text using the items from that list. Now, before we actually implement this model to our project, let's have some fun and take a look at some of the drawings that people have created. Up first, let's take a look at some crab drawings. Those actually aren't that bad. I think crab number 2 is the best. Crab number 1 is a crab, I think. Yeah, so those are crab drawings. I don't know what I was expecting. So I want to see what people drew for the Mona Lisa. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1. Honestly, not too bad. I don't know if I would have guessed Mona Lisa without knowing that it was the Mona Lisa, but I see the vision. Number 3 looks like a snowman. Number 2 is just vibing, but oh, not bad. Okay, let's do one more. Alright, let's take a look at zebra drawings next in 3, 2, 1. You know, I think with some time I would have guessed zebra. Maybe not for zebra number 2. But for the other ones, I think I would have guessed it, right? It's an animal-looking creature with stripes. I would have maybe said like tiger, but I think zebra would have been on that list eventually. Yeah, it looks more like a zebra than a tiger. Alright, cool. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? Let's switch it up a little bit. With this API, I'm able to retrieve the video of the drawing being created in real time. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to show you the video, and you're going to have 5 seconds to try to figure out what it is. Okay, ready, set, go. Did you guess animal migration? If so, you would be correct. This is in fact an amazing demonstration of animal migration. Let's go ahead and do another. I'll try to make it easier. Did you guess the Great Wall of China? If so, you would be correct. Alright, let's go ahead and do one more. This one's even easier. It's only one word. Alright, here we go. Did you guess yoga? If so, congratulations, you are correct. How'd you do? Let me know by leaving a comment down below. Also, I created a short Twitter thread where I posted even more of these drawings just because I had so much fun just going through all the different categories. Feel free to check it out and follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Alright, let's go ahead and finish this project. What we can do is create some code that searches the text provided by ChatGPT and see if it matches any of the categories that are found within the QuickDraw API. If it does, then we can use the same API to pick a random drawing that falls under that category. We can then place it in a random location within the panels that the word itself is mentioned. And with that being said, I think we're done.
Wakes up to alarm clock beeping. Rushes out the door with backpack. Trips over a squirrel, scattering lunch, banana, apple, sandwich. Sits in class, daydreaming about swimming with dolphins.
Going to the store for an apple. Banana looks good. Why did I get an alarm clock? Phew.
At the park, minding my business. Suddenly, basketball to the face. I stumble, trip over a stray skateboard, crash into a bench. Bird swoops down, steals my hat, probably for its nest. Now I'm hatless, bruised, contemplating my life choices on this bench.
There are definitely a lot of improvements that could be made, but this was just a random idea that came to my mind and I built it in less than a day. But I think it turned out pretty nicely. Also, I wanted to get a video published since the next video I had planned is taking a lot longer than I anticipated, but hopefully that video will be out soon enough. Remember to please subscribe as it does help this channel out a lot. Leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment down below for future project ideas that you would like to see done. I have a TikTok account where I might start uploading small projects that I can't justify making into full videos. This outro is getting a bit long, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys later. Peace out, everybody.